What's the first video that we got?
Ghost.
Ghost? Yeah.
Alright, you go first.
Once there was a Wingovie, I don't know what it's called, but it was like
A Wendigo?
it was a Wendigo, and it tore down a campsite of 3 people. And in this campsite, there was like a bunch. It was a big camp, and the Wingovie actually tore down the tent, and the campers were never seen again. Their moms, dads, brothers, sisters, they looked for them for years, and they still haven't been found today. Emma, your turn.
Okay, so once whenever I was at school, I was in 2nd grade, and there was a kid, his name was Charlie. He was very funny, and the next day, I don't know what happened, but he walked under a ladder that day. The next day, he got into a car accident and died, and then the next day after that, like, everyone felt like cold spirits going next to us, and yeah. So, and he's haunting our new school right now. Carter.
Alright, so
Stop playing block block.
Alright, so for my story, this is a true story. Like true. Like I see it every night.
Alright.
So one night I stayed the night at my friend's house, okay? Just me and him. And me and him thought it would be a good idea to go outside and just explore around.
Dang, I'm
So
already
we
getting
walked into the woods, right? And he said he heard whispers from behind us. And I said, bro, quit. There's nothing around us. He said, alright, come on. So we moved on a little bit into the forest, and we started hearing growlings. So we ran out of the woods to get back in the house. We went to the top of the floor, and out of his window, we could see a little girl with her black hair hanging down, holding a lantern. And the reason why is because back then, this house was built in like the 1900s, something like that. This little girl was killed. She was hit by a car, and she haunts that house ever then. And we saw her carrying that lantern and staring right at us in the window. So that's it.
Okay, podcast over.
No. Alright, now we're going to be talking about demons.
Alright, so
Carter, you had the scariest one, so you go first.
Alright, so one time, it was about Christmas morning, about 7 a.m.-ish, and I was sleeping in bed. I was like about like 4 at the time, so 2018, something like that. And so I was sleeping normal, 7 a.m. Christmas Day. I was sleeping between my mom and my dad, and I woke up and I started hearing noises, and I went to go sit up, and something just threw me off the bed. Like, nobody touched me or anything, nobody kicked me off. It was like something that I could not see. It was not my dad, they were sleeping. Something that
watching a movie. It was like, it's called Craven the Hunter. It's like a new movie. The next day, I woke up, I saw yellow eyes in my room. It was like 4 to 5 a.m.
You sure you weren't watching Supernatural? And you were dreaming about the yellow eye demon?
No. So I woke up the next morning, there was like yellow eyes in my room. I was like terrified because, it looked like there was someone in my room. Turns out it was literally just my cat. But then the next morning, I woke up and I just like felt like shivers. And it was like going like up and down my spine like crazy. And then the next like 4 or 5 minutes after that, I was like having trouble breathing and my stomach kept on like walking up. I was like, what the heck is this? Carter, will you stop being on your phone, please? I was like, what the heck is this? Because like I've never felt that before. And I didn't know what was wrong. Turns out I was sick. And then whenever I figured out that I was sick in the doctor's office, something like, it was kind of like Carter's story, but like something honestly kind of knocked me off the bed. And I didn't know what it was. So I literally ran out of that doctor's office, hopped in the car with my mom and my baby brother, and we literally just got out of there. So, Bear, your turn.
Alright, so my friend just recently just left the class and left my classroom and just didn't come back. I forget their name. So like it was like maybe 3 months ago. So last time we remember, they were in our class murmuring something. I said Bloody Mary 3 times in the window, and now I feel something watching me in the night. And I'm just like, that's not true. No, there's no such thing as ghosts. So, and this is before we made this podcast, so I didn't realize ghosts were real until now. So, the next morning, she's just not there. And her sister's there saying there was blood in the bathroom, and my sister is gone. So I go to their house and I call 911 and the police are there and I'm there looking for like evidence and stuff like that. And then I opened the cupboard up and it found out there was a hex bag in the pipes, and some witch was trying to curse her and then she killed her.
Welcome back to our podcast. Today we're going to be talking about skinwalkers. So, alright, today I have my story, and I guess they're going to share a story too. So, it was one night, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 a.m. Me and my brother were playing video games late. So he said, let's go in the woods and see if we can find anything. I said, alright, come on, let's go. Put our jacks on, shoes, and all that other stuff. So we get up in the woods. And we go towards like our neighbor's backyard in the woods, and we just seen like pitch black and stuff. So we got his flashlight, we shined it down there. We seen shadows down there, and my brother was like, it's probably like a brain or something. I said, okay, come on. And we walked really far up into the woods, and we started to hear like footsteps, branches snapping and stuff. And he's like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. You only wanted to go up higher. He said, come on, let's go down. I said, no. We're not going to go down, because if that thing, whatever that thing hears its walls, it's going to come get us. He said, what are we supposed to do? I said, I don't know. So he thought it'd be a good idea to try to like sleep there tonight, because we had a tent already set up there from a long time ago. But that was perfectly fine. So we got the tent and we zipped it up, and there were still blankets in it. This is like summer, so there's no rain or anything, so summer. And we got in there. Covered up, me and him, we were like cuddling to try to keep each other warm, because we were freezing. It was freezing outside. Try to keep each other warm. And we didn't have any lights on, and then we were laying down for a little bit. And then we started to hear to voices, multiple of them. And we heard footsteps, twig snapping, and leaves and stuff. And so we unzipped the tent, we ran out, and we shined the flashlight down at my neighbor's house. And there was a woman wearing a dress. And that's a true story. I have a picture of it and everything. So, alright, thanks you guys. Bye.
Alright, yeah, they had to go, so now it's just me, so I guess I'll tell my story about skinwalkers. Let's see. My story about skinwalkers. Alright, so, one time I was out in the road and I see this really weird, like a 6-foot tall wolf just walking out in the road. So I walk up to it and I'm like, hey buddy, what's going on? And then it has like this face of a human under it. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of here. And I'm behind a bush, so I don't think it can see me. So I start backing up towards my house and it sees me. So, and I'm like 20, maybe 30 feet away from my house. So I actually book it to my house. And I mean book it. That thing was chasing after me and chasing after me. And then finally, I got in my house. I heard a big thud on my door. And the next thing I know, there was a dead wolf outside of my door with a human face. And when I pulled, and it was like a rug over me. So I pulled the rug off, and it's this naked woman. And she had wolf teeth, kind of like vampire teeth, but all of her teeth were like it. So yeah, there's our story for today, and welcome back, and we'll see you next Wednesday with the 3 bus riders. Peace.